So joining us now to talk more about this is with Iran in negotiations and Netanyahu's upcoming visit is chair of the Center for National Security to America First Policy Institute, former Undersecretary of Defense Robert Wilkie. He's also former Secretary of Veterans Affairs. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, Mr. Secretary. So Prime Minister Netanyahu originally scheduled to meet with the president on February 18th. He now wants to meet this week after Jared Kushner, Steve Witkoff, their recent visit to Oman, where they met with Iran's foreign minister over a potential nuclear deal. The president says the talks went well, but Israel has concerns of a narrow nuclear deal that will not effectively address limits on Iran's ballistic missiles or the regime's support of Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas. How much influence do you think the prime minister has over the president's decision-making right now?
Well, I think he has a track record that impresses everybody. By the way, in Zach's report, and you saw the map of Tel Aviv, but you saw all of the pictures of the Iranian generals. They're all dead. Every one of them on that poster is dead, and they've been killed by Israelis. So that's the kind of track record that Netanyahu brings, plus an encyclopedic knowledge of the threats that the Iranian regime still creates for everyone in the Middle East. So I don't think you're going to find anything to agree with. These are dead enders. They're stalling for time. We know that Chinese ships have been offloading parts for ballistic missiles in what's left of Iran's ports. So they're trying to intimidate. They're trying to really run the clock out, and I don't think it'll work.
Yeah, Iranian foreign minister says the missile issue not negotiable for Iran. The president signed an executive order threatening tariffs on countries that trade with Iran. He also is not taking strikes off the table. But of course, Iran says if the U.S. strikes, they'll start a regional conflict, possibly attacking U.S. bases in the area. I mean, this seems like a lot of empty threats to me. How credible are Iran's threats right now?
Well, they still have quite a lot of quite a large number of ballistic missiles. And look, that would be the death sentence if they attacked American bases. Look, they tried to plunge the region into a war by attacking Israel, not thinking again in terms of the 21st century. They were thinking in terms of the 1970s, that no Arab state would respond in kind to Iranian missiles crossing their territory. But the Jordanians, the Saudis, all responded, working with the Israelis to defeat the Iranians. The time, I think, is up for those regimes. The Arabs will not tolerate them anymore. But I do think that if a strike comes, it has to be overwhelming. It will not last a day. It will last for a while to do as much as possible to eliminate whatever ballistic missile threat the Israelis have not knocked out in the previous year.
Now, the White House later this week also plans a leaders meeting for the Gaza Board of Peace. Actually, it's next week, February 19th. The White House wants to use that meeting to move forward with its Gaza ceasefire deal and fundraising for reconstruction. Now, Israel accepted the president's invitation to join the board, but they haven't signed on the charter yet. Now, if the prime minister takes part in this board meeting, it'll be his first public appearance with Arab and Muslim leaders since Hamas's surprise attack on October 7th of 2023 that started the war in Gaza. How significant would it be for Prime Minister Netanyahu to attend this meeting?
It's massive, Mark. And you and I were standing on the White House lawn when Netanyahu sat down with leaders from the Emirates, from the Gulf states, and signed the Abraham Accords. We were there. This would be bigger because this includes Muslim nations from outside of the region, and it would signal a new day. And I think in tandem with what I do believe will be coming for the Iranians, it will signal a new day in this, what has, in our lifetimes, has been the most volatile region on the planet. It has been the cause of tens of thousands of deaths, oil embargoes, the Chinese trying to move in, the Russians trying to move in. If President Trump pulls this thing off, he will have rearranged the chessboard on a strategic level. And we're not talking about the kind of damage that does, both to Moscow and Beijing. So really important moment.
All right. Secretary Robert Wilkie, thanks for joining us this afternoon.